Conrad, C-O-N-R-A-D. Okay.
My name is R.J. Good talking. So he understands everything we're saying. Yeah. I think so. Conrad, can you say but? How's his hearing? Hearing's fine. Conrad. But. So I'm not a speechy, but when you do this long, some things from each profession wear off here. This is interesting to watch. Watch this. Conrad's smart, so I think he understands everything we've said. And Rod confirms that. So watch what I do here. Conrad, can you go but? Good. Now can you go pa? And can you go ma? Okay, we're going to stop there. Can you hear how those are all the same for him? So we have to ask ourselves, is he hearing the same thing? Does he understand that these are three different sounds? Can he make the different sounds? See, those are different questions from each other. It would help a speech pathologist, a good speech pathologist can usually help us to understand why each one of those sounds comes out the same. So they all have the same lip movement, but they have, one's called voiced. The B would be voice, where the P is exactly the same, but there's no voice. B. So one involves here, and the other one involves just air. And then M, the lips are held together just a little longer. These are all called plosives. They go from your lips closed to your lips open. They call that a plosive. That's the type of sound it is. And it's making all of those the same. Let me try a few different ones now. Can you go, ah?
Good job.
Can you go, ooh? Good.
Good job. Yeah.
So that was different, but still, there's a lot of lips involved. There's a lot of lips involved, so it makes me question. That's what I asked Bernard, was what he's hearing there. So without the lips, we might not do as well. Let's try an E. Good for you.
Good job. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then O. Good.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So now we can actually do a test. What's the easiest way to test whether he's looking at my lips and doing that, or hearing me and doing that? Turn away from him, or ask him to
close his eyes.
There you go. Nice and simple here. So Conrad, we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to listen and then make the sound. Conrad will listen and then make the sound. Okay? Close your eyes. O.
Oh, good job.
Ah. B. Very good.
Good job. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm
Yeah.
not a speechy, I'm not a doctor, but I can do some simple tests just to find out what we're dealing with. That was very good.
Really was.
Do that well.
Right.
Wonderful. Very good. You are very smart.
Yes, you are.
Who is smart?
Yay! Woo!
So now we need to ask Bernard. Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir.
Bernard, what is it that you'd like Conrad to do that he's not doing now?
What did he say?
It's not being understood by other people. That's not the big problem.
That's not a big problem.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So Bernard is saying that his lack of speech is not that big of a deal, which is great because we can talk about something else. Because all day we've been talking about communication. And so he gets, say it again more slowly so everyone can hear you.
He gets frustration whenever he wants to do something, he gets frustration, and he gets so much angry, and he wants to share something but he can't share,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have these categories. I want, food, drinks, toys, I feel. So the point is that to actually say anything of consequence, of significance, using this takes a little time. And sometimes it's too long. Is that correct? and he gets frustrated, we humans speak at the rate, believe it or not, of 180 words a minute. Right now, I'm talking to you at the rate of 3 words per second, 180 words per minute, and that's perfectly normal. We're pretty hardwired. Our brains are pretty hardwired to work at 120, 2 words per second and above. Go below 2 words a second, and I talk at about this rate, and your brains literally turn off. You just can't do it. Below 120, it's just very hard. So if he's using Proloquo to go, and it's generating only about 20 to 30 words a minute, it's very hard to keep another high schooler engaged, unless they're in a class and they're supposed to do it. And they're talking faster than that. Gosh, guys in high school probably going like 300 words a minute. So that could be frustrating for him, and I think that's the basis here. Is this familiar to him?
Yes.
Right here? Okay. Conrad, can you tell me what you'd like to be doing this afternoon? What would you like to do this afternoon? After you leave here, what would you like to do? So first, I want everybody to observe the problem. First, he has to look through every one of these to determine if his desired thing is there. Not only look at possibly the part of speech it is. Noun, subject, verb, pronoun. And if he doesn't see it here, which he doesn't, obviously, he's got to wonder now, how can I get it there? I'm sort of stuck. If I don't see it here, I either can try to tell Vinod that it's not here, or I can dink around until I find the doggone thing. So he's sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. Everybody see it? Because if it was here by now, don't you think he's had enough time with his intelligence to find it? I do. So he doesn't see what he wants. So the question is now for him, do I pick anything just to make RJ happy? Do I pick anything to make Vinod happy? Do I ask Vinod to help me find something else? He's between a rock and a hard place. You see what I'm saying there? A rock and a hard place type of thing? There's no real win situation for him right now. So Conrad, I don't think what you want is here. Do you see what you want? I don't think so. So these are things we can do, but I think you want something else. Now, Vinod, you've had a lot of experience with him. Can you determine what his answer might be in talking to him? After we leave here, what does he want to do?
Sleep. Okay. Want to go and sleep?
Now, you offered that right away. Why was that?
Someone said, he says, I'll go home and sleep. Go and sleep.
Okay. So I need to know that he didn't say yes just because you offered that, but because it's the truth. That's sleep, okay. Are you tired? Yes? Yes, you're tired. Okay, let's go to sleep. Very good. Now let's look up here. Do we see sleep here?
Sleeping. He's sleeping.
I don't see it. Do you see it? So there we go. Do you see his rock and hard place? Conrad, do you know how to spell cat?
No.
Cat. C. Good. T. C-A-T. Just a quick spelling thing there to see if we can use what we call text to speech. Where we type in text and then the iPad would speak it for us. But I don't think that's an option right here for text to speech. But I don't know whether we have sight word recognition or we have enough literacy that he can spell out what he wants. So our options are getting quite limited here insofar as him telling us something that's not very quickly available right here. Okay? Other methods to be used here are like our Gallaudet boy, Johnny. So sign language, but then the problem is he's 16. It's hard to teach sign language to a 16-year-old, and the rest of the world doesn't speak sign. But it's an option that I'm just bringing out to you.
Right.
To get something out here, in here, out here quickly. Sign language offers another choice other than pictures right here. When you have a limited audience, you also have a limited vocabulary. Repeat that one more time. When you have a limited audience, you also have a limited vocabulary. They go together. Conrad has a limited audience because of his disability. He's handicapped by his disability to have a limited audience. Because of that, he's going to have a limited vocabulary because his needs aren't as great because his audience isn't as great. Everybody with me on that?
Okay.
So that means we can trim down the things that we give him to use rather than give him lots and lots to use. And that's one of the choices here when you are creating these communication boards. Somebody that knows what they're doing is supposed to fine-tune these for Conrad's sphere of influence. So sleep, obviously, since Bernard had said, sleep is something that he knows Conrad wants to do at the end of every day, so sleep should be a choice here. It's not because this isn't Conrad's, this is mine. But let's just test a little sight word recognition, shall we?
That was funny.
It was.
Everybody see him?
No.
If you see him, whisper it to other people. Don't say it out loud. My magic marker went dead, so I can't use that.
Something.
Conrad, can you find sleep?
Good job. Good job.
Sleep. Conrad, can you find hug?
That's right. Yay! Yay!
Conrad, can you find sleep? Beautiful.
Good job. Good job.
And can you find play?
All right. All right.
Ted, you're in.
Ah, don't get it, don't get it. Oh, he's fast too. Look. Oh, wow.
So this is a strategy that we can use. If he doesn't know it, he learns it almost instantly because he's smart.
Yeah.
So we can use this strategy here for finding other things and get them in quickly. This type of technique is called word prediction. Word prediction. And that means you can type the first letter of the thing you're looking for, and it'll give you candidates, choices of things that might be the rest of that word. So the long-term goal, it could be short-term, but the long-term goal would be he can generate the first letter by himself, and then he can pick from a list the thing that he wants. The short-term goal, though, is that the sight words are there for him. These words are on the screen, they relate to his life, and he can choose them. Now, the beauty of this is it's literacy. And anything literacy-wise for anybody is always better than pictures. Literacy leads places. Pictures sort of just wraps around itself. Literacy, you're going places with literacy. And these are literacy tasks, especially when you go to the single letters. So let's run one more test here. He says, bring it on.
He said, bring it on. He told you too. He said, bring it on.
Not sure if you can see that, but if you need to say it to somebody in back of you. 3 words beginning with S. So a little more challenging for him now. But the idea is teach him that by doing the first letter.
He's saying, bring it on. Look at him. He's telling you to bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay.
So, yeah. Okay.
Conrad, can you find sit? So we're not working on phonemic, like you would teach a 6-year-old how to read. It. No, this is just strict sight word recognition. And I don't think he's looking at it trying to figure out what each letter sounds like and then figure it out that way. I think he's just trying to really make good guesses. Conrad, can you find sleep? Okay, sleep. Conrad, can you find shoe? Beautiful. I call this bang for your buck. It gives a little more fun to the learning task. And sometimes it's good to do right away. And then you fade it out. Conrad, can you find sit? That's it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Set. Sit. All right.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Good job.
One more time now. Well, actually, we can do it with this one right here. Just to show you guys. He's liking this.
Yeah.
The thing to do, remember my expression this morning. We make it, when we're giving them help, we give them as much help as they need. But what was the other half?
But not too much.
As little
as
as
possible.
As much help as they need, but as little as possible. When you hit a certain, I was talking with Melissa at the break. When we hit a growth spurt, a learning spurt, a window of learning
Meredith.
for them, they eat that up. They love that. When they're not open, when their learning window is not open, you're trying to force something on them, they hate that. But when you get within that window of learning, that learning spurt, where we're at right now, you can't give them enough. They want more, more, more. Can you write S? That's it. That's all. Good. Perfect. He said, yes, I can. I'll write the whole word if you want me to. Okay? So now, that's how he's going to answer. So the choice is now. Hug, sleep, play. Your job is to tell us what you want by writing just the first letter. See how this is at the top of the food chain, this task? A little more challenging to understand, but he may be up to the task. You're going to answer by writing the first letter of the thing you want. So permit me to demonstrate. Sit back. Okay. Mr. Bernard, Mr. V, Bernard, Mr. V, something. Please watch and listen. And you're going to choose hugs. You'll do it. Here we go. Bernard, what would you like to do to Conrad? No. You have to use this method. If you want him to use it, you're going to have to use it. Okay? So your job is just to write the H. Okay? So you're going to do it right here, but wait, let's do it all again. Bernard, what would you like to do to Conrad? Hug? Yes. There you go. You need that whole involvement here, okay? Melissa, you've been good. Why don't you come up for a second?
Meredith.
Meredith?
She answers to Melissa too, look like.
Well, she knows I'm just moving quickly.
She does.
Kick Bernard's place, kick Bernard out of there. Right there. And you'll choose the P1. Okay? So I'm going to ask you what you'd like to do, and you're just going to do the P1, and then I'll confirm it, and then you'll actually do it. Ready? Wait till I ask you.
Look, he laughing at you.
Meredith, what would you like to do with Conrad? P. Play. Play. Up you go. Is the basketball around?
Right behind you.
Thank you. Stand up and play with the basketball. Don't hurt each other. Don't hurt. He says you're a girl. She's tough. Show him your muscles. Okay. Throw the ball. There you go. Yeah. He said you're a girl.
There you go.
Okay. Well, you can't wait to get up. He's going to keep talking to my language. It's okay. It's okay. Come back. Conrad. He's just having, that's his way of saying, I'm having a good time.
Having a good time, yeah. Okay.
Now let's see if he learned. Conrad, what would you like to do after this? What would you like to do after this? Sleep? Yes? And that's where we're trying to go with this.
Right.
We just need to find the right app. There are about 10 apps of this nature. I'd want to go through them to recommend it. Let me show you one of them, though, that's way above our pay grade. But just the concept here. But I think we're on the right track. You can actually do this with ProLocal to Go also. It's just a lot of work to do. There are some apps that already do exactly this. Verbally, it's an AAC app, Augmentative and Alternative Communication Application. And you can see it up there. The top are core words that people use a lot of. Phrases. Quick phrases that you can, all of these can be customized by you. We've already shown that he learns fast, and he would learn this app right here eventually. I wouldn't start with it, but this is where we want to go. I'd love to see him here in about, for him, I would say 3 months he could be here. And this is going to be 10 times faster than ProLocal to Go. So anyway, we can do quick phrases here, but we can also type a letter and look over on the right there in the middle. See them? There are our word candidates. So hopefully his desired word would pop in there, and he'd learn to look in there, and he can quickly get to the word simply by the first letter or the second letter of the word he's trying to spell. So we just need some good first letter recognition. So you need to practice that. So important words, you want him to be able to see the first letter and pick the word based upon just that first letter. And this is exactly, this one's very simplified, but this was a start right here. This one's called verbally. Let's just do a little speller word with it just to finish up.
Policeman.
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 These are some of Conrad's.
Now it's your turn.
What's this? Letter. Okay, you're done.
A lot of letters there for him, so I'll help him a little. It's on the blue row. Look on the blue row.
P.
This one's on the blue row also.
O.
Now this one's on the yellow row. And it's actually an L. It's not an I, that's an L. It's on the yellow row.
L.
Back to the blue row.
I.
How about a green row this time? Oh, he's onto it now. Let's see if I can get away without saying anything.
Blue, the letter E.
He'd learn this so quickly. Try the blue row.
E.
Colored rows. I don't know why I'm the only one in the world that has thought of this. It just makes all the difference. Green.
M.
Yellow.
A.
A.
And
Green.
N. That's just great.
Conrad.
Oh,
Please say
Policeman.
Policeman. Good for you.
all right.
Then we can put our own words in here, such as the words that we're going to be practicing over in the AAC app, such as sleep. And you can practice really sight reading those words. Beautiful. Okay, would you take a picture of Conrad and I sleeping? The camera is right here. Tell us when you're ready. At the bottom right of the picture, it says use photo. We forgot to do that. Use photo, keep sleep. Okay. And we've got it. Save and sleep.
S-L-E-E-P.
Well, you put this together with what we were doing for this. You can imagine where he'll be in 3 months.
Yellow, and the letter S.
S.
Hey. No.
Yellow.
L.
All right. Woo.
E. E. P.
Good job.
Conrad.
Please say
Sleep.
All right. Good job.
Let's give him a big
Good job. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Yeah.